Hi guys, so today we're going to be talking about this Monstera that I saved on Facebook Marketplace and why I'm so proud of it. Alright, so let's just start off with this portion of the Monstera just because I already have it out, and the other portion I'm going to have to go kind of finagle a little camera angle of me and the Monstera out in the living room. But when I first brought this home, it looked crazy. It had no support. It was kind of going every which way out of its pot. There was like 4 different main stems that the plants were coming from. So at the best advice from a coworker slash plant enthusiast friend, she told me just to chop it up, and that's exactly what I did. I just literally, this was at the very beginning of my journey as well, so please have a little bit of grace for me if I chop this like crap, because I kind of feel like I did, but I still have had immense success with it, so I'm not even that mad about it if it does look bad. Some of the leaves obviously look a little crispy, but I really didn't care about that when I first got it home. Like I said earlier, it was literally just about getting this thing to survive. I was so scared that I was gonna kill it, but it was already so close to death that by the time that I got it, it was kind of just like, you know, if it dies, it dies. That's one of the great things about plants, is if it does die, I can just go find another one or buy another one. However, I do really think that when you get into the plant parent community, you should not be spending hundreds of dollars on plants, okay? That is outrageous. It's just out of this world. It's crazy, okay? I prefer to get my plants for free or for dirt cheap. I was gonna pay $10 for this Monstera rescue, and the lady that I went to buy it from when I got there literally just said, "My kids didn't even water it, girl, take it home." And I was like, okay, then let me buy some pots from you, just because I feel like that's the right thing to do. It's not right to just kind of be greedy, you know, but still, that's exactly where I'm coming from with the people who sell their plants. I don't like that people are greedy like that, but I also don't like it when people are greedy when they get free stuff. So I try to give back. I bought some more pots, and they will go to good use, probably with this guy when I finally put it in soil. But again, this is the biggest water propagation portion of this Monstera, but I don't know if you guys can kind of see on camera. I can look right here on there and see that that is not a root. So the roots are going to be these little white kind of viney things. That looks like a stem that is going to throw a leaf. So not only am I popping out roots galore from this Monstera propagation, I am also popping out stems galore. So by the time that these guys should go in the soil, I will probably just be able to take really gross leaves like this one. Sorry. I'll be able to take really gross leaves like this guy and literally just chop it off without having a second thought, and go on about my business feeling great about that choice. But for now, they are staying there because at this point, it's just about them not being aesthetically pleasing, and I really don't care about that portion of it. They could not be aesthetically pleasing, and it's fine because it's just about it kind of growing. I had a leaf dipping down the water. The second portion of this Monstera that I'm so incredibly proud of is these 2 water propagations that we would typically call a wet stick in the propagation community, but it literally had nothing on there. It was just a simple plain node, and let me grab it carefully so I don't break anything off of it. But you can see right here, let me put this guy down so I can show you better. Okay, so on this guy, you can literally see right here, this is not a root. So that's kind of the similar things to what I was talking about in the larger propagation. This is a stem that will throw a leaf off. So this guy down here that you see kind of going and sprouting out multiple places, that is a root system. This guy is the sign of life, the sign of growth, and it is why I'm so proud of this little guy right here. And I know it's a little bit harder to see because of this propagation container, but this second wet stick, as we would call him, also has, I don't like pulling these guys out, but this guy right here also has a little growth. So I will also be able to pot that one up as a plant. One of the least successful things that I've had so far with my Monstera rescue is this guy. So typically with Monsteras, you don't want to pot them up too big because they will get really upset if they have too much water, too much soil. too much, basically anything around them from what I've seen. But this guy, this is my littlest propagation, and I got this out of the soil when I pulled that the large portion of like the mother plant out of the soil. This little teeny tiny guy was just in there. It hadn't even come out to the air yet. As you can see right here, it's kind of hard because of the stick, but right here on the stick, oh, I got a good one right there. Right there, that little teeny tiny light spot right here, that, my friends, is what wants to be a stem, and it wants to throw out a leaf. How successful it will be, I have no idea, but I can definitely tell that it wants to come out really bad. However, this is my least successful portion of the rescue, so we're not going to spend too much time on this guy. Let's kind of jump out to where I have the mother plant of the Monstera and look at that real quick. It is kind of a joke. It is very sad. The little sticks are hardly there, but I am having some massive improvements within like the last couple days where it's trying to throw a bunch of different stems out, and I am so excited. So I will see you in a second out in my living room. So this is my living room, welcome. I don't like to film out here too much because it is a little bit darker, but this is the mother plant for my Monstera, and I cannot express to you how proud I am of the growth. I know it seems a little silly because it doesn't look like much right now. They just look like 3 little sticks tied up to a trellis, but I can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 little spots where it's trying to throw out a new stem with a new leaf. And when I repotted this, I genuinely had no idea what I was doing. This is my cat's favorite thing to kind of mess with. So the dirt's always disshuffled and like sitting around the pot. It's not in its normal home. It's normally over there or in my room. But this guy has just proven to me time and time again, no matter what you do, if you just keep trying, you're going to be successful. And that has just been my motivation to keep going with this. This little trellis was like one of my first like DIY projects, and it really wasn't that much of a DIY. I just had to slice it down here because it was too big for the pot. I think the bottom of the trellis would have ended up being like this little support beam would have ended up being like right where this one is. So as far as this guy's growth goes, I am just immensely proud of it, and I have nothing but good things to say.